Emma, can I tell you something that happened yesterday?
Of course. What happened?
My sister called in the evening. She needed help with something small. I was exhausted. I mean, genuinely finished for the day.
But you helped anyway?
Of course I helped. I spent an hour on it.
And after?
After, I felt tired and quietly annoyed. Not at her.
At yourself.
Yeah, at myself. For not just saying, hey, can we do this tomorrow?
That sentence exists?
It does. I just never use it.
Most people don't.
And that question stayed with me all evening. Why is it so hard to say that?
I think that is exactly where today begins. Welcome to English with Class, your calm little corner for real English conversations. I'm Emma.
And I'm Jake.
And today we are talking about something that sounds simple but goes very deep.
Learning to love yourself more.
But not in the way people usually mean.
Not confidence quotes.
Not feeling perfect every day.
More like,
remembering that you are also on the list.
yeah, that one.
This episode works well for B1 and B2 learners.
And if you are A2, stay with us. The main ideas are clear.
Later, we will slow down for our word tour. 6 words from today's conversation.
And at the end, we have something called Say It Better,
We take sentences people commonly say.
and show you a more natural way to express them.
Very useful for real conversations.
Okay, let's go.
Jake, I want to go back to that phone call.
My exhausted sister moment?
Yes, but I don't think it was just tiredness.
What do you mean?
I think a lot of people do exactly that. They feel one thing inside and say something completely different outside.
Because saying no feels dangerous somehow.
Exactly. Like the other person will think less of you,
Or think you don't care.
or think you are being difficult.
So you say yes and call it being a good person.
But sometimes it is not generosity.
Sometimes it is just fear, wearing a kind face.
That is a very good line.
Thank you. I have my moments.
And the difficult part is, it never happens in one big moment.
No.
It is tiny things. You answer a message when you need silence. You say fine when you are not fine.
Yeah.
You agree to plans your heart is already tired of.
True.
You smile through something that actually hurt.
And one day you feel empty. And you don't even know why.
Because it happened slowly.
Drop by drop.
Until the cup is completely dry.
That is a heavy image.
It is. But it is real. So what is the way back?
I think it starts with one question.
What question?
What do I actually need right now?
That sounds small.
It is small, but most people never ask it.
Because they are too busy asking, what does everyone else need from me?
Exactly. And there is a word for this pattern.
What word?
Self-neglect. Self-neglect means consistently ignoring your own needs and limits while taking care of everything else.
For example, she was always available for others, but that was a form of self-neglect.
Or he didn't realize how much self-neglect had built up.
Repeat. Self-neglect.
Self-neglect. Emma, has this happened to you?
More than I would like to admit. A few months ago, a colleague kept asking me for small favors at work.
Okay.
And I kept saying yes, because each one seemed small enough.
But together?
Together it was a lot. And one day I noticed I was feeling quietly frustrated with her.
Even though she hadn't done anything wrong?
Exactly. She just asked. I kept saying yes,
But something was building inside.
and I didn't understand it at first. Until I realized the frustration wasn't about her. It was about me. Not being honest about what I could give.
There is a word for that moment of clarity.
What word?
Boundary. A boundary is a personal limit that protects your time, your energy, and your peace. It is not a wall. It is just an honest line.
For example, setting a boundary doesn't mean you don't care.
Or she finally set a boundary and immediately felt lighter.
Repeat, boundary.
Boundary.
I think underneath all of this
Is something even deeper.
What?
The way we see our own value. Some people help everyone because deep inside, they feel their value comes from being useful.
Like if I stop helping, there is no reason to keep me around.
And that is a painful way to live
Very painful.
because your value is not something you earn by being available every moment
It just exists.
before anyone says thank you, before anyone notices.
There is a word for this.
Self-worth.
Self-worth is the quiet belief that you have value simply because you exist.
For example, her self-worth didn't depend on anyone's approval.
Or he was learning that self-worth cannot be given or taken by other people.
Repeat. Self-worth.
Self-worth. And this connects to something I have been working on personally.
what?
How I talk to myself after a mistake.
Oh, that is a big one.
Because I used to be very harsh.
Like, what kind of harsh?
Like, if I forgot something important, the first thing I would say to myself was, "You are so careless. How do you forget something like that?"
And would you say that to a friend?
Never.
Exactly.
I would say, "Hey, it happens. What can we do now?"
So why is the friend version not available for yourself?
That is the question. I did not have a good answer for a long time.
There is a word for the better version.
What word?
Self-compassion.
Self-compassion means
Treating yourself
with the same patience and understanding
you would give?
to someone you genuinely care about. For example, instead of criticizing herself, she chose self-compassion and moved forward anyway.
Or self-compassion is not weakness
It is how you stay functional.
under real pressure.
Repeat. Self-compassion.
Self-compassion.
Emma, can I ask something?
Always.
Is loving yourself more a little selfish?
I think that question itself is already the answer.
What do you mean?
Someone who is actually selfish never asks if they are being selfish.
That is fair.
Loving yourself more doesn't mean you stop caring about others.
Right.
It means you stop disappearing to keep everyone else comfortable.
You can still be kind,
Still be generous?
still show up for people.
But you don't have to erase yourself to prove that you care.
That is the balance.
You belong in your own life too.
Yeah. That one lands.
Let's slow down for our word tour.
6 words from today.
First, self-neglect.
Consistently ignoring your own needs and limits while taking care of everything else.
Maybe you always put others first. You could say, I have been practicing self-neglect without even realizing it.
Slowly. Self-neglect.
Self-neglect.
Second, boundary.
A personal limit that protects your time, your energy, and your peace.
Maybe someone keeps asking too much. You could say, I need to set a boundary here.
Slowly. Boundary.
Boundary.
Third, self-worth.
The quiet belief that you have value simply because you exist.
Maybe you struggle to say no. You could say, I am working on building my self-worth.
Slowly, self-worth.
Self-worth.
Fourth, self-compassion.
Treating yourself with the same patience you would give someone you love.
Maybe you made a mistake. You could say, I am trying to respond with self-compassion.
Slowly, self-compassion.
Self-compassion.
Fifth, overcommit.
To agree to more than you can realistically handle.
Maybe you always say yes. You could say, I tend to overcommit, and then feel overwhelmed.
Slowly, overcommit.
Overcommit.
Sixth, people-pleasing.
The pattern of always choosing what others want before checking what you need.
Maybe you recognize this in yourself. You could say, I am trying to move away from people-pleasing.
Slowly, people-pleasing.
People-pleasing.
And now, say it better. We take sentences people commonly say and show you a more natural version. First, I always put everyone before me. We understand it, but more naturally. You can say, I tend to overcommit to others and neglect my own needs. Or, I have a pattern of putting myself last.
Much more natural.
Next, I feel angry when people use me. The feeling is real. Smoother version. You can say, I feel resentful when my limits are not respected. Or, I notice frustration building when I haven't been honest about my boundaries. Stronger sentence. Next, I want people to like me all the time.
Very honest. More naturally. You can say, I sometimes rely too much on other people's approval.
Or, I am learning to separate my self-worth from how others respond to me.
That is a big sentence.
But it is true.
Last one. I am too hard on myself.
Simple and real. A more natural version, you can say, I tend to be my own harshest critic.
Or, I am working on showing myself more self-compassion.
Practice these,
Not just for English.
but for real conversations with yourself and others.
One question before we go. What is one small way you can include yourself this week?
Not a big change.
Just one small thing.
One boundary you keep.
One honest answer you give.
One moment where you chose yourself without feeling guilty about it.
Tell us in the comments. Use one word from today if you can.
We read everything.
I am Emma.
I am Jake.
This is English with Class.
Take care of your English.
And take care of yourself first.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.